Friends, welcome. Today, I want to tell you what is happening around Demet Özdemir, an actress who this year not only shined on screen, but also became the center of increasingly intense rumors about her private life. Although her performance in her current series received praise from both audiences and critics, along with invitations, nominations, and growing fame, this success also stirred envy and tension in certain circles. That is where the media noise began. In recent weeks, claims about supposed romantic relationships have spread, many invented by magazines trying to exploit every public appearance or professional collaboration. Even if Demet attends events with her co-stars, nothing has turned into a real relationship. But tabloids build stories from any gesture. What is interesting is that the more these rumors spread, the stronger her professional image becomes. Fans continue supporting her on and off screen, and new groups have emerged imagining her paired with the colleague who works with her now. The chemistry exists in fiction, but in real life, everything remains silent. Regarding her past connection with Can Yaman, many believe there are still emotional memories and a special bond that never fully disappeared. Yet, this nostalgia does not move toward any concrete commitment. The symbols of the past remain stored away, and both keep a cautious distance, more emotional than public. Meanwhile, Can's current relationships with another figure in the entertainment world create new comparisons. His past with Demet continues to appear as a shadow over every piece of news, feeding speculation. In short, while her career grows, her private life remains mysterious. Nothing said manages to overshadow her work, and the uncertainty surrounding her personal world only increases public fascination. The question is simple: will a relationship finally come to light, or will silence continue to be part of her charm? For now, the only certainty is that Demet Özdemir's star continues to shine, but her private life remains locked away. When I think of Demet Özdemir, I do not think of failed romances or seasonal controversies. I think of how she has built a public identity based on discipline and emotional control. In a world where many chase visibility at any cost, she seems to choose a more restrained strategy. Show only what is necessary, keep silent when appropriate, and let her work speak for her. That choice is not born from fear, but from understanding how the media works. Some call her calculating or overly reserved, as if her attitude were a facade. I see it differently. It is the consequence of knowing that any word can be twisted or used against you. In a society where every intimate detail can become public judgment, remaining silent becomes a sign of strength. Not everyone has that level of self-control, especially when fame pressures people to expose everything. Comparisons with Can Yaman are inevitable because the public keeps linking them even though their paths separated long ago. The difference is clear. Demet does not turn her personal life into spectacle nor create suspense through dramatic gestures. She does not rely on controversy to stay relevant. Perhaps that is why many women see her as an example of how to succeed without sacrificing privacy. Something I admire deeply is that she never used victimhood as a tool for legitimacy. She has not exploited past relationships for emotional currency, nor transformed what happened into a sentimental storyline. Even when the public romanticized her story with Can, she preferred to move forward without turning that chapter into emotional merchandise. She may have suffered and been criticized, but she turned that pain into growth. I also notice a shift in her artistic path. More serious roles, less predictable stories, characters far from the romantic archetype that made her famous. She does not want only to maintain popularity. She wants to grow as an actress. That shift annoys some people because it breaks expectations and forces them to update the image they built of her. But that choice shows she refuses to remain stuck in an old version of herself. Of course, this firmness also generates rejection. Some accuse her of pride, convenience, or excess secrecy. Sometimes I wonder if the problem is not her, but the public's habit of mistaking transparency for exhibitionism. We applaud those who expose themselves completely and attack those who set boundaries. Perhaps people feel discomfort because Demet does not allow others to control her narrative. It is meaningful that she rarely responds to provocations. She does not justify herself, does not multiply explanations, and does not use the media to defend every step she takes. This is not indifference, it is discipline. If you do not feed rumors, they weaken. That consistency, even if quiet, shows more integrity than any emotional speech. To me, Demet represents a different kind of strength. Not the explosive force of someone trying to dominate headlines, but the quiet resilience of someone who does not lose her inner center. I do not know what direction her life will take in the future, nor which stories she will live away from the spotlight, but I am certain she is not walking to convince others, only to remain faithful to herself. And in an industry that often demands giving up your identity to survive, that is almost an act of rebellion.